Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to call the meeting to order of the December 13th, 2018 California High-Speed Rail Authority Board meeting. Chair Richards will be here shortly. If we can call the roll, please.
Director Schenk.
Here.
Vice Chair Richards.
Here.
Director Rossi. Director Curtin.
Here. Rossi's here.
Rossi. Here. Oh. Director Lowenthal.
Here.
Director Camacho.
Here.
Director Miller.
Here.
Senator Bell. Assemblymember Arambula. Chair Richard.
All right, thank you. We have a quorum. If we can stand and for the Pledge of Allegiance, and Director Camacho, please.
I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
As we normally do, we'll start this morning with comments from the public. We only have one this morning. I don't see any electeds here today, so if we can, we'll start with David Schweigel, please. Good morning.
Good morning. Greeting High-Speed Rail Board, David Schweigel, Greater Sacramento Economic Council. See if we can get the U.S. High-Speed Rail Advisory Board to find a creative way to put your top financial guru, I wonder who that might be, on a panel with the state auditor, because that will not only sell out the U.S. High-Speed Rail Association's conference in April in Los Angeles, it will prime the pump perfectly for a conference here in Sacramento, where that sort of debate is business as usual. And we are expanding our convention center specifically for such an event. Don't forget about us here in Sacramento. We are the most underrated city in the state and the second most overlooked region in the nation. We are also the capital city of the world's 5th largest economy. We have the state's 2nd busiest and the nation's 7th busiest Amtrak station, and think 4x4x4x4. In 4 years, quadrupling the pace of construction, $4 billion from ACE, $4 billion from High-Speed Rail, High-Speed Rail service up here by 2022 in Sacramento, and very interesting hearings at the Capitol, thinking, wow, in 2018, we were worried about a clawback? No, now that we have high-speed rail here in Sacramento, we have private investors pumping money into our system. We have extraordinary ridership that has significantly exceeded projections. With regard to density numbers, we're looking much better than the 2002 study. San Jose, 5734 is our competition. Sacramento, we're here at 5013. Fresno, 4598. And San Diego, 3813. You might want to take a closer look here at Sacramento. And if it helps any, we have the nation's largest urban infill project, the rail yards. Keep an eye on us here. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Schweigel. Seeing no other comments from the public, we'll now move into the board agenda. Item number 1 is consideration of the board minutes from November the 15th. Director Schenk, and second by Director Rossi.
No.
By Director Camacho. Thank you. All in favor? Oh, excuse me. We'll call the roll, please. Go ahead and call the roll, please.
Oh, okay. Director Schenk.
Yes.
Vice Chair Richards.
Yes.
Director Rossi.
Yes.
Director Curtin.
Yes.
Director Lowenthal. Director Camacho.
Yes.
Director Miller.
Yes.
All right, thank you. Item number 2 is consider approving the fiscal year 2018-19 audit plan. Ms. Rivera, please.
Good morning.
Good morning. Paul.
I'm Paula Rivera. I bring to you today our fiscal year 18-19 audit plan and our 17-18 internal quality review. International audit standards require that the board approve the audit resources and the audit work plan. In addition, that we present you with the results of our internal review of how we comply with our own audit procedures and with the standards. We've prepared a risk-based plan, which includes the audits from the prior year that we were unable to complete due to our vacancies. We've looked at those audits in relation to the state audit that was recently issued, and we've identified those that address the highest risks in the authority. Do you have any questions?
Excuse me, any questions for Mr. Rivera? Okay, seeing none, do we have a motion?
So moved.
Director Rossi on the motion and Director Camacho on the second. Please call the roll.
Director Schenk,
Yes.
Vice Chair Richards,
Yes.
Director Rossi,
Yes.
Director Curtin,
Yes.
Director Lowenthal,
Yes.
Director Camacho,
Yes.
Director Miller,
Yes.
Chair Richard.
Yes.
Motion is passed.
On this next item, which is the consideration of a contract with PG&E, because of an economic interest that I have as holding a pension rights with PG&E, I have an actual or potential conflict of interest. Therefore, I'm recusing myself on this board agenda item, which is a staff request to extend existing contract authority with PG&E. So I'll recuse myself, and under the law, I will step away from the podium for the consideration and deliberation of this item. Vice Chair Richards will conduct that.
Sir, I have Frank in the Valley today.
Just wait and let him, let the chair leave the room. All right, item number 3 is consider extending the contract with PG&E for engineering and permits associated with the electrical interconnections.
Sir, I have Frank in the Valley, so I'll just do a quick present. Contract,
Can I just ask one question?
Sure.
Does Frank Vaca really exist? We haven't seen Frank Vaca in front of this board, and I just was wondering if he really does exist.
he does exist, sir. I have him in the Valley, pushing the Central Valley today. He does exist. I'll bring him next board meeting to prove his existence.
All right, go ahead, Mr. Hedges.
Yes, sir. Contract HR or HSR 1656. It is a current contract for approximately $36 million with a current expiration date of January 31st, 2019. What I request respectfully is to, without additional dime, with only time, to extend the January 31st, 2019 current contract completion date by 2 years to January 31st, 2021. This allows basically this contract then to dovetail into the work that's progressing with our tracking systems contracts simultaneously. The purpose of this contract is to do the design with regards to bringing the power connections into the high speed. It has nothing to do with provisional sums.
Okay, thank you. Any questions for Mr. Hedges?
Mr. Chairman?
Yes, Director Curtin.
So is this for the northern iOS, for the valley, or what is the geographic scope of this?
This is for, sir, this is for 10 sites. It is predominantly in the It's in the Los Angeles area, sir.
It's in Los Angeles primarily?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Good, thank you.
PG&E's not,
hold on.
no. This would be in the northern part of the valley.
Northern, I'm sorry, sir, it is in the northern.
Yeah, the northern part of the valley.
So is it in the Central Valley primarily?
Yes, sir.
Okay, not on the peninsula. Is it out on the peninsula at all? Handling that portion of it. Okay.
Tom, would you just come to the,
Yeah.
can you answer the question
Director
again?
Curtin, Caltrain is electrifying their corridor right now.
Yeah.
So they're providing the arrangements with the energy companies to provide that electricity.
Yes, yeah.
Okay. Any other questions? All right, hearing none, I have no questions. Do we have a motion for approval?
So moved. Second.
By Director Camacho, second by Director Rossi. All in favor, please call the roll.
It's much easier the way you want to do
Yeah,
it.
I know. Yeah, I'm used to it that way.
Director Schenk,
Yes.
Vice Chair Richards,
Yes.
Director Rossi,
Yes.
Director Curtin,
Yes.
Director Lowenthal,
Yes.
Director Camacho,
Yes.
Director Miller,
All right, thank you. Passed unanimously. Can somebody step out and get the chair? All right, we'll move on to item number 4, which is for information only, and this is the construction update. Mr. Hedges?
Yes, sir. 2018, a year of changes, challenges, and significant progress. What I would like to do is to show you a video, kind of that great Missouri of Show Me, that highlights that, starting with the change from our beloved and very missed leader of Brian Kelly, throughout the progress that's been made in the Valley, to the work that's been advanced on the records of decisions. And again, it's an important time, I think, to stop and to reflect. From the staff's perspective is to thank the board for their leadership. From the executive's position of the authority is to thank the staff for a job well done to everyone. So with that, sir, I'd like to simply roll the tape.
2018 was a year that saw significant changes and advancement to the high-speed rail program.
California work, California jobs, California, excellent.
The biggest change came with the turn of the calendar as the board named former California Transportation Agency Secretary Brian Kelly as the new CEO. He would be joined by new COO Joe Hedges and Chief Deputy Director Pam Mizukami.
I make no bones about it. I like trains. I like high-speed trains even better.
The transition to new leadership got people talking, including Governor Jerry Brown. The governor used his final State of the State address to acknowledge challenges facing the program, but also to remind lawmakers and the public of the important role high-speed rail can play in California.
As the global economy puts more Americans out of work and lowers wages, infrastructure projects like this will be a key source of well-paid California jobs.
Just days after the governor's address, BART rolled out its Fleet of the Future.
The nice features on this train are really designed for the customer.
775 new, quieter, state-of-the-art rail cars costing $2.6 billion, with $140 million of that coming from the high-speed rail's connectivity funding. In March, a significant step was taken as the first heavy construction began in Construction Package 4 at the Garces Highway and Pond Avenue in Kern County. You could call it Milestone May. As the authority kicked off its urban forestry program with tree planting at West Fresno Middle School,
it's really exciting to see all of you here to help us celebrate a monumental day.
We also celebrated the hiring of our 2,000th construction worker.
Good morning, Mr. Chairman and members.
And just months after taking over as CEO, Brian Kelly helped release the 2018 business plan.
This process is intense, it is painstaking, and it took a phenomenal team both on the authority side and our consultant side working together to put this draft together.
The plan was widely praised for its transparency and honest appraisal of lessons learned. As the summer days heated up, so did construction work in the Central Valley. In Construction Package 1 at the San Joaquin River Viaduct, crews are working on both sides of the river and plan to meet in the middle of this massive structure. At the Cedar Viaduct, columns are going up on both sides of State Route 99, with night work going on in the median. Further north, construction on the 99 realignment is now nearing completion. At the same time, work within Construction Package 2-3, specifically around the city of Hanford, has increased dramatically at grade separation projects like Kent and Kansas Avenues. Also over the summer, the authority released its latest sustainability report. This report highlighted key roles that California small businesses from disadvantaged communities play in planning, designing, and building the high-speed rail system. And within just the last 2 months, the final environmental impact report was adopted by the board for the Bakersfield locally generated alternatives. While just a month later, the board announced state-preferred alternatives in Southern California. 2018 may go down as one of the most significant years in this program's history. We have recognized challenges, but we have also taken significant steps to meet those challenges and keep the program moving forward.
And build it we will, America's first high-speed rail system.
Did you have anything else to add to the report?
No, sir. Just like I said, I just want to show you the video and let action speak for us.
Okay. Director Curtin, did you have a question?
Oh, no, I'm sorry.
Okay. Any other items for the public session from board members? Okay, with that, the board will now enter into closed session in the anteroom off of this auditorium.
Before you go, I'm sorry, I didn't want to comment on that report, but I did want to make a comment. I just want to congratulate Vice Chair Tom Richards for the hearing for a guy who hasn't been in front of the legislature very often. I want to say I was there, and he did an outstanding job under difficult circumstances, so I just wanted to make sure I publicly mentioned that.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dan.
Okay. With that, then, the board will enter into a closed session discussion in the anteroom off this auditorium, and we'll report back for any items after that. Okay, we're back in session. The Board of Directors met in closed session. There are no items to report as a result of that. With that, this meeting of the High-Speed Rail Authority is adjourned.